Hey everyone, and welcome back to Catechism for Kids. Back with me again, Joseph, your host. Today, we're talking about a super special saint whose feast day is December 9th, Saint Juan Diego. He was a humble and kind man who became the special messenger for Our Lady of Guadalupe. It's an incredible story full of miracles, and it teaches us that God can use anyone, no matter how ordinary they feel, to do extraordinary things. So, let's travel back in time, way back to the 1400s in what is now Mexico. Before the Spanish explorers arrived, this land was home to the powerful Aztec Empire. It was a world of giant temples, amazing cities, and a rich culture. Saint Juan Diego was born into this world around the year 1474. His birth name was Cuatlatotsin, which means the talking eagle. Isn't that a cool name? He was part of the Chichimeca people, and like most people in his class, he was probably a farmer, living a simple and quiet life. Everything changed in 1521 when the Spanish conquistador, Hernan Cortes, arrived and conquered the Aztec Empire. This was a really difficult time. A new colony called New Spain was established, and a new capital, Mexico City, was built right on the ruins of the old Aztec capital. Soon after, 12 Franciscan missionaries came from Spain. Their job was to share the story of Jesus with everyone, both the Spanish settlers and the native people like Juan Diego. Around the year 1524, Juan Diego and his wife, Maria Lucia, heard the gospel for the first time. They loved what they heard, believed in Jesus, and decided to be baptized. That's when Cuatlatotsin got his new Christian name, Juan Diego. He took his new faith very seriously. He was so dedicated that he would walk for miles every single day to attend Mass and learn more about God at the Franciscan mission. Now, things weren't perfect in New Spain. Even though the Franciscans and the new bishop, Juan de Zumarraga, tried their best to protect the native people, many of the Spanish settlers treated them very unkindly. It was hard to get people to believe in a loving God when they were being treated so badly. The people needed a sign of hope. They needed a miracle, and that's exactly what happened. On the morning of December 9th, 1531, Juan Diego was on his usual long walk to Mass. As he passed a place called Tepeyac Hill, something amazing happened. He heard beautiful music, like the singing of 1,000 birds. He looked up and saw a beautiful lady, glowing with light. She looked like a kind and gentle princess, a mix of both Spanish and Indigenous. And she spoke to him in his own language, Nahuatl. She told him not to be afraid. She said, "I am the ever-Virgin Mary, the mother of the true God." She had a very special request for Juan Diego. She wanted him to go to the bishop and tell him to build a chapel, a little church, right there on Tepeyac Hill, so she could show her love and compassion to all her children. Can you imagine? Juan Diego, a poor, simple man, was being asked by the Mother of God herself to go talk to the most important religious leader in the land? He was probably a little scared, but he was also very obedient. He went straight to Bishop Zumarraga. But the bishop was skeptical. He listened, but he wasn't sure if he should believe the story. He needed more proof. Feeling a bit discouraged, Juan Diego walked back home. On his way, the Blessed Mother appeared to him again on the hill. Juan Diego told her what happened. He said, "My lady, I think you should send someone more important. I'm just a nobody." The bishop didn't believe me, but Mary smiled gently and told him, "No, Juanito. You are the one I have chosen. I need you to be my messenger. Please, go back to the bishop tomorrow." So, the next day, Juan Diego went back. He was more persistent this time. The bishop listened again and said, "Okay, I am starting to believe you, but I need a sign. Ask the lady to give you a sign from heaven, so I know for sure that this is real." Juan Diego agreed and promised to come back with a sign. Went back to Tepeyac Hill and told Mary what the bishop had said. She promised to give him a sign the very next day. But life doesn't always go as planned. The next day, December 11th, Juan Diego couldn't go to the hill. His dear uncle, Juan Bernardino, had become very, very sick. He was dying, and Juan Diego stayed by his side to take care of him. The whole day passed. Early the next morning, on December 12th, his uncle was even worse. Juan Diego knew he had to run and find a priest to give his uncle the last sacraments. He was in such a hurry and maybe a little embarrassed that he hadn't met Mary the day before. So he decided to take a different path around Tepeyac Hill to avoid her. But you can't avoid the Mother of God. She appeared to him on his new path and asked, "My little son, where are you going?" Juan Diego, flustered, explained everything about his sick uncle and why he couldn't meet her. Mary's response is one of the most beautiful things she ever said. She looked at him with so much love and said, "Am I not here, I who am your mother? Are you not in the shadow of my protection? Do not be troubled. Your uncle will not die. He's already healed." Imagine the relief Juan Diego felt. Then she gave him his sign. She told him to climb to the top of the rocky, barren hill. "You will find flowers there," she said. This was crazy. It was December, and nothing but cactus and weeds ever grew on that rocky hilltop. But Juan Diego trusted her, climbed the hill, and what did he find? The most beautiful Castilian roses, blooming in the freezing cold. They were not native to Mexico, and shouldn't have been growing there at all. He carefully picked the roses and gathered them in his cloak, which is called a tilma. He brought them down to Mary. She gently took the flowers, rearranged them in his tilma with her own hands, said, "This is the sign for the bishop. Go to him and show him what you have gathered." Juan Diego hurried to the bishop's house. After waiting for a while, he was finally brought before Bishop Zumarraga. He told the bishop everything Mary had said, and then he opened his tilma. The beautiful, fragrant roses tumbled out onto the floor. That wasn't the biggest miracle. The roses fell. An image of the Blessed Virgin Mary, exactly as she had appeared to Juan Diego, was miraculously imprinted on his tilma. The bishop and everyone in the room fell to their knees. They were in awe. This was the sign from heaven. There was no doubt anymore. The bishop believed. Later, when Juan Diego went home, he found his uncle, Juan Bernardino, completely healthy, just as Mary had promised. His uncle told him that Mary had appeared to him too, healed him, and told him she wished to be known by the name Our Lady of Guadalupe. The bishop kept the miraculous tilma in his private chapel for a short time, and then he quickly had a small chapel built on Tepeyac Hill. On December 26th, just 2 weeks after the apparition, a huge procession carried the holy image to its new home. During the celebration, another miracle happened. A man was accidentally shot in the neck with an arrow and was about to die. They carried him and placed him in front of the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And as soon as they removed the arrow, he was instantly healed. This whole experience changed Juan Diego's life forever. With the bishop's permission, he built a little hut next to the chapel on Tepeyac Hill. He lived there as a hermit for the rest of his life. For 16 years, praying, taking care of the chapel, and welcoming all the pilgrims who came to see the miraculous image of Our Lady, he became a living example of faith and love for God. And what about the tilma? It's still here today, almost 500 years later. You can see it in the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico City. Now that's a miracle in itself. A tilma is made from cactus fibers and should have fallen apart after maybe 15 years. But this one is still perfect. Scientists have studied it and can't find any paint or brush strokes. The image seems to be floating on the fabric. It's truly a miracle. The apparition of Our Lady of Guadalupe was a bridge between the Spanish and the indigenous peoples. It brought millions of people to believe in Jesus. It was a message of love and unity for everyone. St. Juan Diego teaches us that God doesn't choose the most famous, the richest, or the most powerful people to do his work. He chooses the humble, the simple, and the obedient. He chose a quiet man named Juan Diego to be part of one of the greatest miracles in history. And guess what? He can choose you too. If you open your heart to God and say yes like Juan Diego did, you'll be amazed at the wonderful things God can do through you. As we honor St. Juan Diego, we also anticipate the feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe in 3 days. On December 12th, today, however, we pondered this humble and simple man who quickly responded to the grace of God. When the Franciscan friars shared the gospel with him and lovingly responded to the wishes of the Mother of God, his first conversion took place at baptism, but his second conversion could be said to have taken place after the apparition, when he more fully dedicated himself to a life of prayer and service of God. Ponder the amazing fact that the ever-Virgin Mary, Mother of God, chose the humblest of her sons to be the instrument of the greatest of miracles. As you do, know that God can do great things through you if you humble yourself in imitation of St. Juan Diego. Let's end with a prayer. St. Juan Diego, you were so humble and the Blessed Virgin Mary chose you to be her special messenger. Please pray for us that we can also be humble and obedient. so that God can use us to spread his love in the world. St. Juan Diego, pray for us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about the saints. Take care, everyone. Stay healthy and hungry for holiness. See you next time, and God bless you always.